Heart Traveler, would you share insights about co-creation, horizontal power structures? What comes on that is that, co-creation is, there's so many ways to look at this. And I've studied this for years. I first started with A Course in Miracles and really tried to get the concept of this duality here on this planet. And it's the co-creation. Sometimes, we think, oh, there's God, there's something outside of us or something that's separate and we're co-creating. And while that can be true, and it is true, we are all of that. We are oneness. We are a multidimensional self. We are having experiences multidimensionally in so many ways. And at the same time, we're just trying to be here and be human and be tuned in and tapped in and experiencing this experience. And at the same time, we have a lot of guidance as to how we wanted in our soul's plan to have this experience to play out our soul's mission. And so, yes, we're co-creating, and yet at the same time, it's all one. So we're all one in our multidimensional selves, and everyone individually all coming together. And so for those of you on the awakening journey that you are really, really deconstructing these concepts and constructs, it can get crazy and wobbly. And I feel like the person asking the question is far beyond this, in the sense of, you understand where your role is, and you understand actually this co-creation role that you're being asked to witness. I think that's more of what co-creation in some respects is witnessing our higher selves embodied here and tapping and tuning in. That's why I call it inner wisdom. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it intuition. But we're tapping into that so that we can really rise into a different space and a different place and bring a vibration to the earth that's beyond short and tall, big and small, suffering and bliss, to where we can understand that all of those states exist, but that our goal is to be in what I like to call a blissfully neutral state, which means we experience the highs, we experience the lows, and then we come back to an equilibrium. We come back to a centeredness. We come back to a place that we know to be true for ourselves. And so for me, I do like the words co-creation. I think sometimes we can stumble on the meaning behind it. And I think that, again, just to kind of go back to this, we really want to line up with the balance of the oneness within ourselves, the oneness with our creator, if you will. But we are also the creator, because we've created our lives. We came into this lifetime with a soul's plan, with a divine blueprint, with a reason to be here. And sometimes, as I said at the beginning of the show, awakening sucks because it's hard. It's like the butterfly coming out of the, what is it called? The crystalline, where, you're really just trying to get your wings and break through a lot of heaviness that's actually here. Now, horizontal power structures, I don't know exactly what you're referring to in those particular words. I'm guessing that you're referring to the elements of the constructs in this third dimensional reality, and that there is, this heaviness of these structures, and how do we break through these confines of what a majority of reality believes. Reality being, that's also a really loose word, and as far as definition, because it's a simulation that we're in, simulating ourselves to have this experience. And so, there's a lot of different structures right now that are heavily in place, but they're also at a precipice where they're being broken up. And there's crazy people at the wheel driving the bus, but there's a divinity in it, which is just bizarre. and here to break down some of maybe what you're calling horizontal power structures. And I'm happy to elaborate if you want to say something more about your definition of horizontal power structures. But again, I think it comes back to lining up. It comes back to lining up with source and our higher self, getting beyond the chaos of the mind and getting beyond the heartbreak of the heart, which doesn't mean not acknowledging it. It means going into it, diving deep and feeling it and opening our hearts more as opposed to closing them when people disappoint, deceive, disrespect us.